Hello, I'm Yesenia Taveras. Welcome to La Conexión, the Connection. In an effort to bring the Latino community together, the Delaware Hispanic Commission is hosting the first ever Delaware Latino Summit. Here to tell us about this event, I have with us Brenda Soto and Javier
Hi.
Torrijos. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Not a problem. You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Yesenia.
Now, this is a very interesting event as it's the first of its kind. Before we get to the event, let's talk a little bit about who Delaware Hispanic Commission is.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for allowing us to come onto the set. We really appreciate it. This is a wonderful opportunity. But the Delaware Hispanic Commission was founded by Governor Jack Markell in 2011. And basically the purpose of the Delaware Hispanic Commission is to advocate for the Hispanic community when it comes to housing, education, health, the economy, economic development, and so forth. And so since that time that it was established, the Commission has been working on various different advocacy programs. For example, the driving privilege card that we're really pushing with Senator Brian Townsend here in Delaware. There's other states that have passed laws allowing undocumented immigrants to have a driving privilege card, so we're advocating for them. So those are the type of things we're working to help the community.
Y Brenda, en español, ¿puede decir los titulares de esa organización?
Claro, sí, Delaware Hispanic Commission fue creada por la Orden Ejecutiva 28 y es con el propósito, y el gobernador, con el propósito de poder atender las necesidades en el área de residencia, transportación, educación para los residentes hispanos de Delaware. Así que básicamente está creada desde ese entonces y nosotros estamos trabajando para eso.
Y va a tener un evento en noviembre, ¿y puede decir
Eso
los
es
detalles de
correcto,
este?
sí, para noviembre 13 va a ser el primer Latin Summit o Summit Latino, estoy traduciendo, de Delaware, y con la intención es el primero con la intención de atender todas esas necesidades que comentó Javier. O sea, necesidades, es un foro abierto para crear una agenda pública donde vamos a tener secciones que se dividen en educación, transporte, todas las áreas por el propósito que se creó Delaware Hispanic Commission para venir con un plan de acción, atender las necesidades y hacer una agenda política, o sea, pública donde podamos atender y ver qué es las necesidades reales que tenemos que manejar.
Could you also tell us the details of the event that's going to be taking place?
Yeah, we're really excited about it. The Delaware Hispanic Commission, we've been planning this event for over a year now. And the reason for the summit and the reason we're planning the summit is, as Brenda had stated in Spanish, is we want to understand what are the voices of the people, what are their concerns, how do they want to connect for the future, what do they dream of the future, short-term and long-term goals. Latinos are growing rapidly, not just across the country, but also here in Delaware. We have doubled since the 2000 census. In 2010, we have doubled the population here in Delaware. So there's a lot of needs that are required, that are needed by the Latino population. We're concerned about the future of our children. So the Latino Summit is to bring all the key leaders, the Hispanic leaders that are in Delaware, as well as the political and as well as state organizations, nonprofit organizations, come to the table and talk about what things are working right and have a positive dialogue about how we move forward in the future here in Delaware. So when we come out of this thing, we want to have what we call the Delaware Hispanic Public Agenda, very similar to what they did with the National Hispanic Agenda. So we want to have something we can say, this is what we're looking forward to.
And is this the expected outcome?
That is the expected outcome. The expected outcome is that we want to connect people. We want to connect the Latino community to all the other services that the state of Delaware. There's many people who come to us and say, oh, we didn't know that existed. We had no idea. That, for example, the DMV has a CDL manual completely in Spanish. A lot of folks don't even know that. There are services that state agencies have provided that are existing that Latinos aren't taking advantage of. And there are gaps that need to be filled that we also have to make our political leaders aware of. These are the needs. For example, a lack of bilingual teachers that are competent, bicultural, bilingual teachers in our school. And our children don't have that. And so we need to start filling those gaps. Is funding needed? What's required? So these are important, very important issues if we really want to face and tackle a growing minority population here in Delaware.
And who can attend this event?
Está abierto para la comunidad, para los líderes. Nosotros enfocamos mucho a las organizaciones, ¿verdad?, sin fines de lucro, porque ellos manejan especialmente las dedicadas para dar servicios a los latinos, porque ellos manejan bien de cerca y pueden dejarnos saber qué necesidades hay. Pero obviamente está abierto para el público en general.
¿Y por qué es importante para tener un evento como esto?
Bueno, la importancia, como mencionó Javier, ya se ha duplicado la población, como él mencionó, y para traducirlo un poquito en español, se ha duplicado la población y sigue creciendo la población latina. Así que el atender, la urgencia de atender esas necesidades, hay que tener un plan estructurado, de manera que todos estemos alineados, todas las organizaciones estén alineadas y poder entonces establecer unas fechas límites para poder atenderlo, un plan de acción.
Y Javier, in English, can you tell us the importance of this event?
Yeah, the importance of the event is to set out the roadmap. If you don't, if you don't have a plan, you'll never get there. It's going to be, it's really difficult to get to the end goal if you don't have a strategy in mind. And you have to develop that strategy. So this is a great opportunity for leaders within the Hispanic community to come and develop that strategy. It's not the Delaware Hispanic Commission plan, it's the community plan. It's the Latinos here in Delaware. And that's why their participation is so important. What I want to add to Brenda's comment is that there's only room for 300 individuals, so seating is very limited. So we're asking people, register now. Be involved. If you really want to make a difference, you have to be involved. And that's how you make changes. So to us, it's extremely important that people participate and they help develop that public agenda.
And how can someone register for this event?
Well, our website is delatinssummit.org. And you can go right on there and you can register right online.
Wonderful. And is there a guest speaker?
Yes, there is.
Yes.
Who's that going to be?
Her name is Natalie Olsen Urtecho, who is the regional SBA director, and President Obama in 2012 appointed her to the SBA region. And so she is very well known. She's a great speaker. We're excited. She talks about economic development. That's her forte. She manages, I believe, seven districts of the SBA, including one here in Delaware. So we're extremely excited to have her on board, and we think we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful summit.
Y en un minuto puede decir el mismo información.
En español, sí, claro. La dirección para registrarse es delatinsummit.org. Puede ir y entonces registrarse. Y pues la persona...
Natalie Olsen Urtecho.
Sí, vamos a tener, sí, definitivamente una persona que va a estar ahí hablando y muy destacada. Y vayan y regístrense.
Gracias. Thank you so much, Brenda and Javier. I really appreciate the two of you coming out to tell us about this event.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Stay tuned. More of La Conexión when we return.
Los niños pueden pasar 8 minutos decorando a su hermano pequeño.
Cepillarse 2 minutos puede salvar a tus hijos de sufrir un dolor severo. 2 minutos, 2 veces al día. Ellos tienen tiempo.
Hey Philly, the Hispanic Choice Awards are back, and we need you there. This is the only televised event celebrating Latino achievement right here in Philly. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now.
The 11th Annual Hispanic Choice Awards is the largest of its kind, and it attracts thousands of leaders from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. And here to tell us about this event, I have with us executive producer Javier Suarez. Let's start off with talking about when did the Hispanic Choice Awards get established?
The show started in 2004. It was first held in the University of Pennsylvania in a theater, but it wasn't really called the Hispanic Choice Awards at that time. It was really an opportunity to be a networking event for a business that I had. And then from there, an idea grew.
And let's talk about the growth. Now you're in a bigger theater and you have thousands of people who come out. So let's talk about the growth.
It's been amazing. It hasn't been easy, but it's been amazing because you know, the purpose really behind all of the show is what drives us. And the show each year has grown, you know, 100 people, 200 people, and now we're getting, like you say, thousands of people that come to the Merriam Theater where we're at now. But we've mostly been known because we've been there the longest at the Kimmel Center in Philadelphia, in Verizon Hall, where the Philadelphia Orchestra performs. And it's just a wonderful, beautiful place. And but we've even grown from there. Now we're at 2 different venues at the same time.
Okay, and the Hispanic Choice Awards has a strong presence. It's kind of like the Latin Grammys, and a lot of people come out to see those of us, the leaders here in the tri-state area, that are getting recognized. Let's talk about the importance, why this event.
Yeah, that's what, like I said, that's what drives us. You know, I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, and I've always had a great affinity for all of us, all of our stories, but I never found a way kind of to how to maybe put on a platform those stories. And I just think that those stories matter to especially the next generation of Latinos that are coming up, the youth. They need to see us. They need to see us out and about. They need to see us smiling. They need to see us active. And I think the Hispanic Choice Awards, the way we set it out to be, was to put on stage under a spotlight who we are and why we should celebrate who we are. It matters that the general market see us and see our contributions. And we just happen to do it with a lot of entertainment.
Right.
But in the end, it's really about empowering us as a community, empowering Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania to come on out and tell us who you are and tell us your stories.
¿Y puede decir los detalles y beneficios de ese evento?
Claro que sí. Básicamente nosotros hacemos el evento para poner en una grande plataforma nuestras historias, las contribuciones que hemos hecho en este mercado, bien sea en el estado de Delaware, Pensilvania o New Jersey, porque es importante demostrar quiénes somos, es importante celebrar quiénes somos, y especialmente para la juventud. La juventud quiere saber, ellos ven con sus propios ojos, escuchan con sus oídos, quién está haciendo qué, cuáles son mis oportunidades en el futuro. Ahí, pues, con el evento damos las historias de mucha gente que son abogados, profesores, policías, todo eso, y yo creo que esa oportunidad es muy importante brindar.
¿Y puede hablar de los 3 partes?
Tenemos 3 partes del evento. Ya, como creo que la alfombra roja ya es más famoso que cualquier cosa. Ahí es la llegada. La gente llega a Broad Street, que es la avenida se llama Avenue of the Arts en Filadelfia, y es una alfombra roja que está afuera. O sea que no solamente las personas que están asistiendo al evento, pero también el público en general que están caminando por las calles pueden ver qué estamos haciendo. Todos vestidos, tomándonos una copa de vino, fotografía, video, lo que sea. Eso es de 3 a 6 de la tarde. A las de 7 a 9 es el show. Son los premios, lo que normalmente uno ve en la televisión con una entrega de premios. Eso es lo que nosotros presentamos, con video, actuaciones, música, de todo. Y después hay un after party, porque somos latinos y tenemos que seguir la noche.
Right. En inglés, Javier, can you tell us also the details of this event? There's a 3-part segment, so you can talk about that.
It's a 3-part day. In fact, if you've seen on TV how award shows are kind of laid out, that's what we do. There's an arrival, in other words, the red carpet. That's when people are getting dropped off in front of the theater, and they walk a red carpet, and they're interviewed. There's photography, and then there's a reception going on at the same time. That's from 3 to 6. At 7 o'clock is the award show in the Merriam Theater. It's a wonderful historical venue. It's beautiful. And then that's where we have all of the video presentations, the live speakers, all of the acts that we have performing that night. And then afterwards, we have an after party. And we kind of keep it going way into the night.
And the event will be televised on CW?
It is taped, you know, and when you get there, you will see what it's like from these big productions that you see on TV. We're using multiple cameras and things like that. You'll be involved in the production. And then months later, we will air the show. It's a TV special on CBS 3 and the CW Philly.
And so who's going to be performing this year?
Well, this year we have El Príncipe de la Salsa, Luis Enrique. And so we're so honored to have him because we are going to be also giving him the Living Legend Award for really all the work he's done over the decades. But a lot of his music meant a lot to our communities. You know, our communities are very much like any other community. And he's always been very outspoken when it comes to drug abuse and things like that. And he took a chance doing all of that. And we think that deserves to be honored. And we're just so excited that he's coming to Philadelphia for the first time, and also that he would, you know, share that moment with us.
Wonderful. It's going to be a great event for him to attend.
Yes.
I'm pretty
And
sure
then we also have a lot of local talent too as well. We always have local talent, and that's the other message that we have, that there's a lot of talent in our region, not just musical, but artistic, and really across all sectors. And we need to tell their stories. We need to put them on stage so that other people can become aware of what their contributions are to this region and to the world.
And let's talk about the leaders, the awardees. How do they get selected? What's the rigorous process?
Sure. We have a nominations campaign, and it takes place during June and July every year. People can come to our website and they submit a nomination. And it's pretty simple. Just go to the website, click on the category that you like, put down a person's name, and tell us why. Briefly, just tell us why. Then there's a review committee after that process is done, and then we make sure that that person lives up to the essence of that particular award, and then they make recommendations. So at all points, we try to give the power and the voice to the public. We as producers do not make any decisions on any of the awards.
Wonderful. And lastly, before we leave, how can one purchase a ticket, get more information?
Sure, and I encourage everyone to come out in this sense. Most people have probably never gone to an award show. And if they've never done something, sometimes they might say, well, I don't know if I want to go. Get rid of all of that. Come on out. You're welcome. This is your show. So you can go to hcaphilly.com, hcaphilly.com, and all the information you need is right there.
And remember to dress up. There is a dress
code.
code.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to come out on TV, so you better be dressed up.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Javier.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Pleasure here.
Thank you. We'll return after these short messages.
Hey, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
Mira tu mami.
Quizás le molesta tanta luz.
Quizás está aburrido. Quizás necesita más estímulo.
Evadir la mirada es una de las primeras señales de autismo. Conoce las demás señales hoy.
The Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition is honoring Hispanic Heritage Month through a unique outreach to the Latino community. I have here with us Shadea Mitchell and Migdalia Garduno. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Let's start off first with telling us a little bit about Delaware Breast Coalition.
Yes. The Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition is a nonprofit organization. We're statewide. We have 3 offices throughout the state of Delaware, and we cover the whole spectrum of breast health. So we do programs for breast cancer survivors and people who are newly diagnosed with breast cancer, but we also have a lot of programs for people who have never been diagnosed with breast cancer. One thing that we do is we operate the state's mobile mammography van, and that van travels around the state of Delaware and does mammograms on site. But we also have a big education component, which is where our Honor Your Heritage and Your Health campaign comes into play, because we're educating people on breast health and how to stay healthy.
Now, is this the first type of initiative that the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition is doing out to the Latino community?
We do other programs for the Hispanic community. We have Avita Breast Health Forum. It's a big health fair and screening event where we also talk about breast health. We do an education component in there as well. But we offer a ton of free screenings. We have a lot of partners come out for that event, and we have other vendors come out as well. So we do a bunch of different things, but this is our first campaign that we're doing for the Hispanic community, so we're pretty excited about it.
Wonderful. ¿Y Migdalia en español?
Claro que sí. Bueno, nosotros somos una organización sin fines de lucro. Nosotros nos enfocamos para dar información sobre la salud de los senos. Igualmente, nosotros, como había mencionado Chadeya, contamos con una unidad móvil que hace mamografías en sitio. Así que igualmente nosotros proporcionamos este servicio a la comunidad hispana. Igualmente, como ya había mencionado, esta es la primera vez que estamos haciendo esta campaña y enfocándonos en la comunidad hispana. Los beneficios que nosotros hacerse una mamografía es que podemos encontrar un tumor canceroso temprano. Entonces, nosotros recomendamos que personas que sean mayores de 40 años se hagan una mamografía por lo menos una vez al año.
¿Y por qué es importante? Ayer estaba hablando que tu madre puede tener esto. ¿Por qué es importante?
Claro que sí. Igualmente, saber si hay enfermedades hereditarias, es importante saber sobre ese historial médico. Entonces, si igualmente la madre, la tía, la abuela padeció cáncer de mama, es importante que esa persona pueda que igualmente sea hereditario. Entonces, es importante que igual ellos revisen o hagan una mamografía.
And Shadea, she was telling us in Spanish the benefits of getting examined and why one should get examined through the family history. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I'm sure she said that there are some health conditions that can be passed on from parent to child or grandparent to child, and there are just some things that are hereditary in our DNA. So that's why we're doing this family tree where we're asking people to find out, you know, what health conditions might be hereditary in your family and talk to your doctor about getting screened for those conditions. So.
And do you both believe that there might be a language barrier when it comes to the Hispanic community and that's why we don't get screened?
I think that does have something to do with it, and as well as just an access to care. Especially here in Delaware, the hospitals are really far away sometimes. If someone doesn't drive, it's very difficult for people to have access to get screened, even if they know that they're supposed to get screened. So that's why our mobile mammography van is really important to us, because we take that van and park it in communities that are walking distance for people to get the screenings that they need.
So is this how you're reaching out to the Hispanic community?
Through outreach, we go to a lot of different health fairs and things like that. Through this campaign, we're trying to go on television shows and do radio interviews and things like that as well, to really get the message out there and just let people know that we are here to help them.
Y en español puede decir cómo alguien puede buscar sus servicios.
Claro que sí. Bueno, igualmente nos pueden contactar por teléfono. Nos pueden contactar al 866-312-3222. Igualmente pueden visitarnos a nuestra página de internet, que sería www.debreastcancer.org, y contamos con un empleado bilingüe. Igualmente, entonces no hay por qué temer si es que esa persona no habla inglés. Contamos con esta persona bilingüe de tiempo completo que puede manejar lo que es el proceso de la mamografía con esta persona.
¿Y puede hablar de este campaign, Honor Your Heritage and Honor Your Health campaign?
Sí, claro que sí. Bueno, nosotros por el mes de la Hispanidad es honrar tu salud y tu herencia y tu legado. Entonces es importante, nosotros queremos dejarle saber a la comunidad hispana que es importante saber sobre estos beneficios que otras organizaciones están ofreciendo para ellos.
And could you tell us in English too, let's talk about the campaign and what it entails, the name of it?
Yep, it's the Honor Your Heritage and Your Health campaign. We're giving people family trees and we're asking them to learn about their family history and talk to their doctor about appropriate screenings and appropriate next steps. So it's really just that simple. We just want people to honor their heritage and their health for Hispanic Heritage Month, because sometimes the two really can go hand in hand, especially when you're talking about breast cancer or diabetes or, you know, serious illnesses that are most commonly hereditary.
And I had the honor of attending your outreach initiative at Ronnie Square.
Yes, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. It's an honor. And we actually had Councilwoman at Large, Maria Cabrera there. Can you talk about her role in this and trying to reach out to the Hispanic community?
Yes, we love Maria. She's been a huge supporter of ours. She's actually used our mobile mammography van to try to really, you know, educate people on the fact that it exists and that it's not a difficult process. And she's kind of showing like, look, I did it, you can do it too, kind of thing. And she really understands the importance of understanding your family history. And so she's just been a big supporter of ours and really helped us to try to broaden our reach.
Wonderful. I think this is a great opportunity to reach out to the Latino community, making sure that women get examined.
Yes.
And in regards to getting examined, what if one does not have insurance? How should she go about that?
That is a good question, yes. So we do work with Screening for Life, which is Delaware's cancer assistance program. So they have income guidelines. So if a person fits between these certain income guidelines, then they would qualify to get free coverage of their cancer screening, so not just mammograms, but any kind of cancer screening. And then if a person does not fit within that income guideline, we also work with the Marketplace Guides to help connect people to insurance through the Affordable Care Act and the Marketplace that way.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And lastly, before we leave, can you let us know more or less how one can get in touch with you in Español también, and how they can get your services if they want you to come out to their organization, their church?
So if someone wants a presentation or want us to come out to their table, and also if someone's interested in volunteering, because we can always use more help, especially bilingual help. We put Migdalia to work. We have her do a lot of our outreach stuff up here in Newcastle County. So if someone wants to volunteer for us, they can also reach out to us for a presentation or to volunteer at our website at www.debreastcancer.org. They can email me at cmitchell, CMITCHELL at debreastcancer.org, or they can call us at our toll-free number, which is 866-312-3222.
¿Y en español también?
Claro que sí, nos pueden contactar directamente, como había mencionado, a nuestro número de teléfono que es 866-312-3222. Igualmente les proporciono mi correo electrónico, que es mgarduno@debreastcancer.org.
Wonderful. Thank you, ladies, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for having an event like this one during the Hispanic Heritage Month.
No problem.
And in regards to Hispanic Heritage Month, for those who are unaware, since 1988, September 15th through October 15th has always been designated as Hispanic Heritage Month. And the reason being is because for most Latin American countries, it is the anniversary of independence. And we've had the pleasure to attend the Latin American Community Center open house. And at the event, there was a surprise for Maria Matos, the executive director. And here's a clip to show you what took place during the event. And on behalf of us here at WITN 22, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching. I'm Yesenia Taveras, and have a great day. The Latin American Community Center recently held their annual open house where local officials and members of the community gathered to celebrate the nonprofit organization's 45th anniversary.
Each year, the LACC opens its doors to its friends, its partners, and funders to offer thanks for your support and also to proclaim National Hispanic Heritage Month, which takes place from September 15th through October 15th.
Wishing to pay special tribute to a Latina during this significant month, Wilmington Mayor Dennis Williams surprised Maria Matos with the unveiling of a street sign labeled Maria Matos Way, which will replace a section on North Van Buren Street directly in front of the Latin American Community Center.
Gotta be for our kids. Has to be for our kids. Thank you much. I mean, I've never had a Maria Matos Way.
Oh, yes, you had. You had Maria Matos.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Maria Matos has served as the center's executive director for nearly 20 years and played a significant role in the growth and development of the Latin American Community Center.
The LACC is dedicated to the education and the empowerment of our children and their families. We must ensure that poor Latino and Black children obtain quality education so that they can participate fully in the economic and civil life of our state and our country and our city. We must expand workforce development opportunities for immigrant families. When we do right by our children and our families, they will succeed.